Hello everybody, happy Sunday and welcome to our Halloween collaboration. It's hosted by Antonette at Antonette Decorating, and besides me and Antonette there are 4 others. There's Marlene and Kathy at Buffalo Check Chicks, that counts as 1. There's Joanne at the Curated Home. There is Renee at Renee's Cozy Cottage. And Sandy at Sandy's Home and Decorating. I know you will enjoy everyone's home tour. I'm doing the family room. I do one room at a time because we have so many collectibles and it takes time to see them all. As you can see back there are those wonderful paintings by Jenny Salcini. I have the haunted house with the black frame down here this year. Last year I had the orange frame one that's in the kitchen. And of course there are lots of wonderful Jim Shore and witches. And those wonderful those face pumpkins that John loves. Let's get over here and look a little closer. In the cupboard here I just kept all my vintage ironstone, but up here are more Jim Shore witches and that spooktacular painting. And over here there are those spiderweb lights that we got at Marshall's early on when they first started putting Halloween out. And that painting there, that's of a vintage postcard. And of course, all the Jim Shore witches are on the mantle. And I put this beautiful dark garland there. I thought that really picked up the colors of the lights. And I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And there's one of our mini witches. And this is the one we got at Walmart this year. And that light-up pumpkin we got at a yard sale last year. And there are those super cute face pumpkins. I just love their expressions. I think they're wonderful, and John just loves them. And there's the big witch we got this year. And this witch we've had for several years. And this little pumpkin guy, we've had him a long time too. The detail on Jim Shore, not just the witches, but all his pieces are amazing. And I think that's why I love them so much. Over here, I just hung the one little cornucopia basket. I have the garland with the hands and bones in the window. Right here, I put some of those feathers and the black picks that we got at Michael's. And the little cat guy's one that came from AC Moore years ago, before they went out of business. And these pieces I've had a long time. And I put one of the eyeball flowers in the crown. And this tree, all the glass ornaments, except for the acorns, came from a yard sale years ago. And a lot of them are Department 56. Just so many cute ornaments. And in the lighted twigs, I put some more of the feathers. And this Department 56 Flying Witch, she came from the same yard sale as the Halloween ornaments. And here's the light up pumpkin that we got at the yard sale recently. That bird cage, the crow in the cage, we got on sale at Michael's for hardly nothing, way after Halloween. I can't remember now what we paid, but it was dirt cheap. Excuse me, got a little tickle. And I love that print It's applique, and I put it there last year and I loved it, so I put it back. You'll see the haul when we do the craft room. It's a lot to see back here. And there's that super nice owl on the pumpkin that we got years ago in Pennsylvania. The Walmart witches, and two little stools we got at a yard sale several years ago, and John painted them in Halloween colors. And the little witch and pumpkin candy guys, those are vintage. And there's that little sugar and creamer that we got last week, and I just put the little bottle brush trees in them. And there's those faux cookies like the ones upstairs. I'll go back there so you can get a closer look at what I did inside the cupboard this year. The owl tree, that's there all the time. These are the pumpkin seed people. I think they are just cute as can be. And the house that John did. This little witch doll came from that same yard sale where we got the Apartment 56 flying witch and the ornaments. And to hide the Easter stuff, I just put spooky cloth on it, creepy cloth. Some beautiful ornaments on the owl tree. I'm going to open the cupboard. And see if I can get it to stay open. I am really pleased with how this turned out this year. I'll show you it all, and then I'll show you shelf by shelf. There's vintage and new pieces in here. Back in the corner is a piece of vintage lusterware. That one's made in England. I kept so much of my white glass out. I love it. And there's the blue sky mug. Lots of bottle brush trees. And there's that other super cute blue sky with the witch. And that's a blue sky piece I've had for several years. And some of the purple and black picks that we got at Michael's. And up here in the next shelf, there are a lot of our little vintage figurines. These are so hard to get, the little October angels. They all came from eBay. This was my grandmother's piece of carnival glass sugar bowl. Back there are more of those feathers in the old bottles. That's a purple tinted vintage bottle. The poison bird house. There's that beautiful purple and white English creamer we got at a yard sale, sitting in a piece of vintage purple glass. More of these precious little figurines. Oh, and there's the Fenton basket and the toothpick holder that we got at a yard sale. And this is a piece of carnival glass with the purple pumpkin. More vintage purple bottles. And that's a vintage vase. Just love the little figurines. And up here are some vintage little silver pieces vintage trophies, more of those wonderful feathers, and the purple and black picks. This awesome vintage piece of silver, and I just put some moss, and that's a vintage perfume atomizer. Another one of those precious figurines. And I just hung that eyeball necklace off of that beautiful black vase with a different type of purple feathers in it. Like I said, I love how this turned out this year. Totally different from last year. I try not to do the exact same thing. Sometimes it's hard because you really like something in a certain place. Lots of vintage glass and pottery pieces. Love that owl. Another eyeball in the apothecary jar. This pumpkin is a vintage piece that still had its original insert for the eyes and mouth. There's those little sweet shoes we got at a yard sale, and I just put some moss in them. And there's the little vintage frame that I just embellished with Halloween, and all our collection of opera glasses. Another one of those little frames. Some of my brown and white English ironstone transferware, and some bottle brush trees. Another eyeball, and one on top the old thread. I'll get back over here. I'll get back so you can see it, and then I'll get closer. There's that alchemist picture that we got last week. I used it in this witchy scene. And over there, that's the silent butler. And I just put some moss and the hand coming out of it, waiting to grab something. How perfect for Halloween was this wonderful vintage print. And back there is the witch's hand holding a pumpkin that's shriveled up. And that is a purple and black sheer table runner. And I did this years ago. And there's one of the old silver pictures. And more of that black picks with some orange lights in it from Michael's. And this piece hanging out was just perfectly creepy. And all of that is sitting in this awesome vintage tray. And these two are super old apothecary jars. Those came from a yard sale, but if you buy these at antique places, they're outrageously priced, out of my price range. More trophies and little bottle brush trees. Lots of our silver baby cup collection. More of those little frames that I did. I love finding those little vintage frames. They're hard to find. More vintage silver, ironstone, and trophies. Those are vintage. I didn't light them up. I forgot. And there's Mr. Candy Corn Man that everybody just loves. And back there is what is left in the cupboards after I took a lot out to decorate with. and the wonderful hand-painted clocks and the lamps. We're so fortunate to have those. I've said that many times, and I'll probably keep saying it because I really do think we are. And these I ordered on eBay years ago. They're handmade. You can see back there, more Jim Shore. And over here is still a lot of vintage pieces in that cupboard. Those are barrister cases. They would have been in a lawyer's office. And here's the house that John made. And that cat is a vintage piece. All of these are reproduction pieces, but I love them. I think they're just so sweet. And of course, some Anna Lees. And down there is that adorable plate. And a vintage bottle I made, and there's where I put the candy corn. All right, this is all of my Halloween tour. Make sure you check out each and every person participating. I appreciate y'all so much. Happy Halloween. Love and blessings to all of y'all. Till the next time. Bye-bye.